that sounds like something that's an hour and 20 minutes out of town, and ain't a snowball's chance in hell I'm going to that for a male's 30th birthday party. So that, I think we've cracked the case. Now I do believe the video's real, and I think she's out of her mind.
I also like the fact that she said, I don't have the heart to tell him about this.
But you're telling TikTok?
I'm just going to broadcast this on the internet.
Right.
He probably found out from this TikTok.
He found out he got traded on SportsCenter.
Yeah. This is bad. This is a bad job by her. Welcome back to Nanodosing. What's up? It's Tuesday. It is December 12th. December's flying by, and we're here. We got me, Big T, Mad Dog McKenzie, Arian. Billy is in Uganda at the moment. He'll be back shortly. Can't wait to hear from him. It is December 12th. Happy to be around the fellas and the ladies. Big weekend. Right off the bat, I mentioned Blake in that ad read for 3 Chi. Arian, I have a new submission for the whitest thing I've heard all week.
Okay.
You ready?
Send it.
Okay. I was at the dog park with Blake, and he was running around having a great time.
That's fucking crazy.
What? Oh, you thought that was the whitest thing? Yeah, so I'm having a little convo.
Good.
I'm having a little convo with a lady that's up at the dog park about her dog, my dog, what she likes to do with her dog.
Yeah, and this is all like number 1, number 2, and number 3.
Oh, just wait. Just wait.
Got to it yet.
So the park had been muddy because it's been raining. There was a little bit of snow.
Mm-hmm.
There was mud, and we hadn't been able to take Blake up there. He hadn't been up to the park in probably, I don't know, maybe a week or so. So he gets restless. He needs to burn his energy out. And I was like, it's so great to have this park back open again so that my dog can run around. And she's like, oh, you know what we do with our dog if the park's too muddy and if we need him to get some exercise? There's actually swimming lessons that you can take your dog to. There's a local business that does dog swimming lessons. And she's like, yeah, you can even pay for private swimming lessons for your dog. And I thought to myself, that is maybe the whitest thing I've heard all year, to get private swimming lessons one-on-one for your dog. In the first place, dogs know how to swim.
I'm about to say, just throw that motherfucker in there. Like, what?
It's in their DNA, but I think the personalized private swimming lesson is like you get a person that's like being very careful with your dog and gentle with your dog and guiding it through the water, and that makes you feel better as opposed to just throwing your dog into like a pool. But yeah, that is without a doubt the whitest thing that I've heard all week.
That's fucking hilarious. They have a whole doggy paddle. They have a whole thing for it. Like, that's what they do. Although I did one time. So when I had a homeboy who used to live with me for some years, like one of my best friends, and he had a dog, and I hated that bitch. She was a girl. I forget what kind of dog she was, but anyway, I was like, all these niggas can swim, so I just one day picked her up and threw her in the pool. She could not swim. She sunk. So I had to go get her dog. It was horrible. It was pretty bad. But I thought she could swim. I was trying to be an asshole. I was trying to be an asshole. You know what I mean?
You're a hero. You saved that dog's life.
I did save a dog's life. When I think about it.
That dog probably grew up to bite somebody.
No, she's the softest. I think it's like some kind of pit mix. But she was just soft as hell. I just hated her. She wanted to love me so bad. She always come up to me and I'm just like, bro, please get your dog away from me.
Yeah, that's I just can't believe that somebody would pay good money. There are enough people in this world that don't know how to swim.
How much for these private dogs swimming lessons?
You know, I didn't look it up because I didn't have any plans on taking Blake there. But now I'm thinking to myself, I kind of want to just see what it's all about.
Is it wider to pay for your dog to have swimming lessons or go to a dog bakery and buy it dog beer?
Maybe like a customized dog birthday cake at the dog bakery. The dog beer is pretty bad, too.
I think more people do that than either of the other two.
I would say dog swimming lessons because Arian always talks about how people treat dogs better than they treat humans. There are so many people in this world that grow up not knowing how to swim and not getting swimming lessons. And for somebody to take their dog who already knows how to swim to not just a swimming lesson, but a private swimming lesson, I think that's the whitest thing possible.
Okay, so
I did a Peloton class with the Hamilton soundtrack. So like this is way wider than that.
I believe I'm on the website of the place you're talking about. Premium 8 visits with transportation.
Oh, they pick your dog up
in a month. How much do you think that costs monthly?
8 visits with transpo.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 times a week, your dog is learning how to swim.
Chauffeured to the aquatic center for dogs.
That's fucking insanity. I'm gonna say this is 5 racks a month.
I'm gonna say 500.
$500?
$592.
$592. That's so affordable.
Wow.
$5,000 would. That's crazy.
Somebody's coming to pick your dog up and teach them how to swim 2 times a week. I mean, it's some
So you're saying it's a great deal?
It is a good deal.
I don't know see, this is what I'm saying. What do swimming lessons for humans cost? Just go to the nearest swimming lessons for humans place in Chicago and see what that costs.
I like the idea of like maybe the neighbor's kids coming over and they're like, "Hey, can we play with Blake for a second?" Sorry, he can't today. He's at swim practice. Like your dog has a schedule.
These are the same people that put sweaters on their dogs. 1,000%.
It's about $35 a lesson for humans.
Oh, so it's more expensive.
So if you did 8 a month, it'd be about half the cost of, well, even less than half of the dogs.
So you could teach 2 kids how to swim a month for the price of having your dog picked up and dropped in a pool.
That's correct.
I like the idea of having my dog just dropped in a pool.
Hey, but there needs to be a chauffeur service to pick up your kitten. Nope, that's kidnapping. Never mind. That's a bad idea. Don't do that.
Maybe a big white van that drives around.
No windows, preferably.
Playing a song.
Free candy on the side.
That's what my grandparents used to actually do that. They would drive around the neighborhood and pick up kids and take them to a lake to teach them how to swim. That was like their hobby that they did.
That's actually wild.
Yeah.
I had my kids last weekend. They just like they've really fallen in love with video games and they like to play them with my 2 sons anyway. And so I tell them, I'm like, you know what? That's enough. Like y'all go outside. Y'all gotta go outside for 2 hours. I don't give a fuck what you do. Go break windows. Go get in trouble. Go do some kid shit. Let's go. Just leave the house. And they were like, okay, fine. So they came out. They were playing basketball, and they came back inside in 30 minutes. And they were like, okay, it's been 2 hours. No, what the fuck? It hasn't, bro. I feel like these kids nowadays, man. It's different.
They got to go outside.
I remember we used to have to we get in trouble for staying too late.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We was always like out and about causing trouble, finding abandoned houses, breaking windows, shit like that.
Yeah, that's the good stuff. That's the best part about childhood.
Yeah.
I remember there was a commercial on the radio back. I think this was when I lived in Austin. Used to play all the time, and it was just a commercial for the woods. It would just be like, "Hey, the woods are great. You should go play in them."
Who was paying for that?
I don't know. Big Wood.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question. You got to follow the money on that one. But it was like, you know what's really great is going outside and doing adventures in the woods. You can make forts. You can play tag. You can learn about nature and trees and animals and plants. This message brought to you by the woods. Go play outside. Great commercial.
I'm assuming the demographic was kids. What network or what show was this being, advertised on?
I would assume, well, I only listened to 3 radio stations when I was in Austin. One was like an alternative. I think it was 101 The X. But I spent most of my time listening to either ESPN radio in Austin or the Alex Jones network, which, by the way, welcome back to Twitter.
Welcome back,
Alex
huh?
Jones. He's back. You couldn't keep him off this platform for that long. So I'm excited to see what Alex has. He's a longtime listener of Macrodosing. He's been a part of the show. He's a topic of episode 1.
Our inaugural episode.
Yeah. I wish Billy was here to give us his take on Alex Jones coming back. I really do. Yeah, I can actually tell you exactly what Billy would say. He's been right about a lot of stuff. I listened to Alex Jones almost every day for about 7 years. Alex Jones says stuff all the time. It's very easy to go back in any given episode and find like one declarative statement that he makes out of 60 and be like, look, Alex knew. He is wrong a lot. A lot. And when he's wrong, he is like insanely wrong about shit. But yeah, the takes are back on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it.
Has he tweeted yet? I saw he was trending.
It looks like it's like somebody running it, just tweeting out videos and stuff. I don't think he has tweeted from what I can tell.
Because the reason why he was off, he got hit with a defamation suit from the Sandy Hook shit, right?
Yeah, he lost big time. Big time.
I saw Elon's statement, which was hilarious. Elon's statement was, if the people want it, I don't agree with his Sandy Hook take, but the people want it, and I'm all for free speech. And then, like, wasn't it like 2 weeks ago, he was like banning people for saying colonizing. Like,
was he?
Like, yeah. So he was taking people off Twitter for using the word colonizing, like, or saying that colonizing is a thing, like. And that was rich coming from South Africa. Shit is funny, though.
So he owes $1.5 billion.
That's crazy.
That's going to take a while.
They offered to settle that. The families offered to sell. Let's see. Oh, they're offering to settle for $85 million over 10 years.
Currently or before the trial?
Currently, this is November 27th. So he was awarded. They were awarded $1.5 billion.
I guess they figure they know they'll never see any of that.
Right. So they're going for a realistic figure.
Right.
Because he could claim bankruptcy. I don't know how that works, but if he claimed bankruptcy, I think he could pretty easily make the case. I don't have $1.5 billion, but if they asked for $85 million over 10 years. I think they might have a chance of getting some of that money.
Could he do the Shohei, defer all of it for, 85 over 40?
That'd be great, like Bobby Bonilla Day, but it's Alex Jones Day.
I want to see. I haven't seen the numbers on Shohei's. I know he deferred a lot of it. I haven't seen exactly what they are, but I would be very curious to see that.
Yeah, I think it's like, so it's $700 million. I read somewhere that he was going to get $10 million a year for a long time. Like he would get half the contract essentially over the course of the next 10 years, which would put him at about $350 million. And then for the next, 35 years, he would get $10 million a year.
That seems like a pretty solid setup.
That's a great deal. It's a great deal. But yeah, welcome back to Alex Jones. They couldn't keep me off the Bird app. They tried to ban me. But they're not coming after me. They're coming after you. I'm just in the way. They've admitted this. So yeah, Alex Jones is back. Legend, I guess you could say he's a legend. If you completely disassociate from some of the stuff that he says, he's a very entertaining individual.
He's been a very integral part of internet conversations. So internet historians will have to mention the Alex Jones blip.
Yeah.
In the timeline of the internet.
You can't tell the story of the internet without InfoWars.
That's true.
Yeah, he was on Tucker too. Tucker did an interview with him, and he was like, some of the predictions you've made, Alex, have literally made my hair stand up on end.
Did he say which ones?
Yeah, the 9/11 prediction that he made. It was in the summer
9/11.
Summer 2001. He said like Osama bin Laden is going to attack the United States, and he might use aircraft to do it. And he traced it back to like Operation Northwoods, which was what the CIA and the generals wanted to do with Cuba. And Kennedy said, absolutely not. That's insane. And so he's like, there's a history of the government wanting to use planes to instigate a terror attack in the United States. Also, I think George Bush had that information too at the exact same time, because there's that memo that he got. Bin Laden determined to attack in the U.S. Also, I think Bin Laden gave an interview with CNN right around that time too, where he said, yeah, I'm going to attack the United States. But yeah, so that was the main one that Tucker looked at and said, like, wow, you make a lot of sense, Alex. But again, if you listen to Alex Jones's show, he says like 20 of those type of statements every single time he's on the air. And so, yeah, Tucker's basically calling him Nostradamus. That's an interesting way to look at Alex Jones, actually. Is like Nostradamus, because Nostradamus wrote a lot of things, and they're easily applied to anything that happens. And so you can go back and be like, Nostradamus was right. He nailed this one again.
Insanely vague statements over the course of 20 years, like something got to stick.
Yeah. I mean, Alex Jones has talked about different cities that would get nuked into oblivion. He's talked about like chemical weapons being used against the United States. He's made a lot of predictions that are.
What was your draw to continue to listen to him for 7 years straight, just to be skeptical about him? Like, that's interesting. Like, that's just like a very dedicated skeptic. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's just one dude I follow on Twitter who all he does is point out how Clay Travis is wrong because he has like some show named Clay and Buck. And so like he listens to that shit every day. I just find it very entertaining how like you can you can listen to it for the purpose of having a skeptical lens on it.
I guess it was because he would make outlandish claims that they were entertaining. Like I remember when we killed Bin Laden, I was like, well, got to tune into Alex tomorrow to see what it has to say about that. I believe he said that either Bin Laden had been dead for 10 years and his body was like on ice somewhere, or not 10 years, but like 5 years and his body had been frozen. He said that it wasn't Bin Laden. He gave like 4 different contradictory takes about what actually happened to Bin Laden on that day. But like he's entertaining. I'm just interested in his brain. I'm interested in how he like dives into this stuff. And
what's the craziest shit that you've heard, Alex Jones or not, but you've heard that that somebody said, you know, this is actually happening, you know, from somebody that you know? I'm like, yo, have you ever heard about this before? Because I got one that was wild.
Off the top of my head, I don't know. I'd have to think about that.
All right, why are you thinking? I have one. Somebody who I love told me this. They said that the Masons, like Freemasons, that one of the secrets that they're hiding is that they have Jesus' body preserved and mummified. And
I think that's not as it is crazy, but I think more people think that than you estimate.
I'm sure. I'm absolutely sure. Another one is I think maybe we've discussed this before. Y'all heard of Yakub?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So you heard of it, Big T? Have we talked about this?
I think we have.
I don't know. I don't know if we've talked about it. I don't
So
remember.
So people that haven't heard. Yakub is supposedly a evil black scientist who created white people in a lab.
Why?
I would have to. I didn't dig much after that. I was just like, okay, that's what's up. I mean, you know what? Let me read it real quick. Hold on, let me see.
I would say
people really Dr. Yakub.
I would say that the entire premise behind Scientology is probably up there with some of the craziest shit.
Yeah. Let's see.
Like it was actually written by a science fiction author that had this story about aliens living inside of volcanoes.
I think he's credited with having written the most fiction in human history.
Yeah.
All right, here goes. In the beliefs of the Nation of Islam, excuse me, the NOI, Yakub, sometimes whatever, was a black scientist who lived 6,600 years ago and began the creation of the white race. He said to have done this through the form of selective breeding, which is referred to as grafting, while he was living on an island of Patmos. The Nation of Islam's mythology states that Yakub is the biblical Jacob. The story has caused disputes within the NOI during its history. Yeah.
So what was his purpose behind creating white people, though?
I can't. Let me read it a little deeper. Hold on.
I mean, the answer for Alex Jones, one of them has to be Sandy Hook. That it was like a false flag and that nobody died. There was that. Pretty much any big event that's happened in the last 25 years, Alex Jones has immediately been like, nope, not real, didn't happen. False flag.
Yo, this is so silly, though. Okay, so the insight led to a plan to create new people. He saw an unlike human being made to attract others who could, with the knowledge of tricks and lies, rule the original black man. By the age of 18, he had exhausted all knowledge in the universities of Mecca. He then discovered that the original black man contained both black germ and a brown germ. With 60,000 followers, he went to an isle in the Aegean Sea called Pelan, which Muhammad identifies with Patmos. Once there, he established a despotic regime and set about breeding out the black traits, killed all darker babies, and created a brown race after 200 years. Yo, this is batshit crazy. It said he lived to 150 years old.
Whoa.
But his followers carried out his work. After 600 years of this deliberate eugenics, the white race was created. The brutal conditions of the creation determined the evil nature of the new race by lying to the black mother of the baby. This lie was born into the very nature of a white baby, and murder for the black baby was also born in them. So it's low key like Adam and Eve, except he was the snake.
So this is supposed to be Jacob from the Bible?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, Jacob in the Bible was, he did perform a bit of a famous trick.
Which one was that?
Jacob and Esau, he tricked his brother into giving him, his older brother, Jacob, tricked him into giving him his birthright.
Classic prank.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tricksters throughout biblical history and throughout really religious history. There's one trickster in, I think, Egyptian history. Yeah, I think it was ancient Egypt. Their story of fertility was like he tricked somebody into, or I think the guy like jacked off onto a lettuce leaf or a cabbage leaf and then like poured it along the Nile or something like that as a prank. And it actually ended up making the earth fertile and grow.
Sick prank.
Good prank. Yeah. Another good Alex Jones moment when he said Obama has sex with 10 guys a day. That's a lot.
Yo, the Obama gay thing is very prevalent in conspiracy Twitter. Like,
yeah.
Very prevalent. Like I heard, remember the whole, the president of Harvard, the president gay, her last name is Gay.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was trending because of what she said, I think during a congressional hearing. And so President Gay was trending. And so like I clicked on it. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? President Gay. And it was just a whole bunch of like, conspiracy. Oh, I thought they were talking to Obama. This must be Obama. But it was just like mad Obama links to like
that's hilarious.
President Gay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who was that dude? We talked about it earlier. Wasn't there a dude that claimed to have slept with Obama?
Yeah, he went on Tucker Carlson.
Yeah. He smoked crack. Obama smoked crack, right?
Yeah.
And the guy did lines off like a Limp Bizkit CD case or something. Then they had sex. Obama was a state senator at the time, yeah.
I don't think, does Obama listen to, he puts out his music things like every year, doesn't he? I've never seen Limp Bizkit on the.
I might have taken some artistic liberties with the Limp Bizkit.
Got you.
Just because it'd be funnier. Another good Alex Jones gay story was he thought that there was a gay bomb that would you would drop on your opponents on the battlefield, and it contained like female pheromones, and it would make them all attracted to each other, and then that's how you win the war.
Now get them out of there.
Honestly, not a bad idea. As far as crazy ideas go, I think if they were actually if everybody was just fucking, if everyone was getting laid, there would be no wars. That's what it all comes down to.
Do y'all believe the Obama list that he puts out of music and books and stuff?
Are you woke on that?
I don't know. So I'm looking at his one from last year.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very eclectic mix. It seems like something that was put together by someone that was like, here's how you can get the most love for putting out this. Like there's Kendrick Lamar, Bad Bunny, Zach Bryan, SZA, Lizzo,
Call Her Daddy.
A bunch of these I've never heard of, but Beyonce. It's Maggie Rogers. It's an extremely eclectic mix.
Yeah.
Something for everybody.
Yeah, there are not many. Burna Boy, who's like he's like the #1 rapper in Africa. There are not that many people that are listening to Burna Boy and Zach Bryan.
No.
Yes, there is.
More than you think.
You think?
Burna Boy, yeah, he's a whole what? He's look at his like monthly listeners.
No, I know he's huge, but I'm saying in terms of the people who enjoy that music probably aren't listening to a ton of Zach Bryan and Maggie Rogers.
That's true. No, I don't. I think it's a curated list to try to garner, his prestige and his support.
It'd be awesome if like Trump released his list and it was just Slipknot because they're
Kid
from,
Rock.
They're from Iowa.
Yeah, definitely.
So just like really pander to Iowa.
That'd be
Ahead
awesome.
of the primaries. Yeah. I
see?
listen to Slipknot. I love it.
Did you see the video of him in the golf cart and his phone got a notification and his phone background is like zoomed in on his own face?
Yeah, picture him.
It's awesome.
That's not that. I didn't find anything. I mean,
it wasn't like a picture of him like with his wife though or something. It was zoomed all the way in on his face. Like it's just his face. It's not even a picture of him. It's his face.
I mean, out of all the egotistical shit, I'm okay with that one. You know what I mean?
I'm not. I love it. I think it's hysterical.
Your phone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree.
have y'all ever had a picture of yourself on your lock screen?
Yeah.
With other people.
Yeah, with other people. I don't think there's just been a picture of me.
I don't think I've done it, but I wouldn't be mad if somebody did. I'm like, I mean, it's just shit. You know, if you ain't gonna love you like you, who will? You know what I mean?
Honestly, if I was in the NFL, like my lock screen would be me like stiff arming somebody.
That'd be sick. Yeah. If there was I'll put it this way. I don't think I've ever had a picture of myself doing anything cool enough to be the lock screen on my own cell phone.
I don't know. Have you seen you try to touch a rim, my brother?
Yeah, I did touch a rim.
I'm talking about 10-foot one.
That was a 10-foot one.
Okay.
Arian, when you come to the office, we can really try.
These rims are high.
Yeah.
They lowered them. They lowered them.
They are high. It's a fact.
No, they lowered them. Don't worry about it.
They were high, though.
They were high. They lowered them. We're good.
I could probably touch them. Arian, I'm about to run a 40-yard dash in about hour and a half.
Why?
I don't know. Sometimes they just ask me to do things, and I say, okay, dance, monkey, dance. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you got it. So I'm going to go out there. I'm competing against Stephen Che and Megan making money. And
What are you drinking right now?
Lean, codeine, promethazine.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. It's a Coke Zero. I'm trying to watch my figure.
That's the one way to lube up for the 40.
Yeah. So do you have any tips? Well, I shouldn't ask you, right? You didn't. Would you get into 40 like 4.7?
That's crazy. That's crazy. The disrespect is unreal.
I forgot. What'd you run?
You have real life film of me walking off on niggas that ran 4.4, ran 4.3. I'm just saying.
See what Google says about this. Arian Foster.
They gonna tell you I ran. I think it was like 4.6 or 4.7.
4.68.
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like that's fast.
You think that's fast?
It's fast to the average person.
Fast for a normal person.
Yeah.
For like a defensive end.
What?
I mean, yeah, Jordan Davis dusted that.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, he ran like a 4.5.
Again, we preface this with I had a pulled hamstring and I ran hurt. Healthy.
Oh, that's fake news. Jordan Davis ran a 4.7.
I was going to say there's
very comparable, and he weighed 150 pounds more.
4.78 for a man Jordan Davis's size is
blazing,
incredible.
What was like Christian McCaffrey's 4.40 time?
I would guess
probably
4.4.
4.49.
Yeah,
that's not that much. I feel like Aaron's. That's like.
No, listen, Maddie. Don't let these dudes hype you up, okay? It is a very slow time for my position, right? I ran it hurt. I was hurt. I did not. They said we needed time on you, so I was like, I ran. If you look at my film and you look at that time, they don't.
You're very
equal
fast.
Up. They don't equal up. I was way faster than a 4.6. I was a 4.4, easy 4.4. I've walked off on dudes that was like 4.3. Like walked off on them. Anyway, I'm not gonna let these niggas gas me up.
I think 4.68 is a great
bad
time.
mouthing other colleagues. They've already ruined one of my relationships with one of my former colleagues.
What if I beat your time?
There's no way in hell you're running no 4.6.
I know. I'll be lucky to break 5.
You're not gonna break 5.
I think I'm gonna be like 5.2.
I would say around 5.2 to 5.5. That's your range.
Yeah, I used to be faster, but I'm old now. My body doesn't. I don't have that same quick twitch explosiveness that I used to have.
Don't know that you ever had it, but like I hear you.
I did run a 4.8 one time.
Mm-hmm.
Felt good about that.
Who's on the clock?
It was 40 meters, not 40 yards, so it's actually longer.
There's no way you ran a 4.8 4 meters, though.
I did. When I was 27.
Okay.
When I was kicking 60-yard field goals.
Okay.
I was built different back then, Arian.
All right, Uncle Rico.
I do have a question for you about your, you have a body of work and expertise in the Department of National Football League football and formations and lining up. I don't know if you happen to see the end of the Chiefs-Bills game. Did you watch that?
Mm-mm.
Kadarius Toney lined up Some would say offside, in an offside position, and they threw a flag on him for lining up as a wide receiver over the ball. And then there was a play downfield. Travis Kelce makes a catch, and one of the best plays I've ever seen. He laterals the ball. He throws it across the field. Probably went, 25 yards in the air?
I was going to say 30, yeah.
25, 30 yards in the air on a dime to Kadarius Toney, who caught it, ran it in for a touchdown. Play got called back because Toney was lined up in an offside position. I actually don't think that anybody's ever been more offside than Kadarius Toney was, the way he was lined up. And the fact that he was so close to the ball, too.
He was for sure offside.
Yeah.
Now, it sucks that it negated like one of the coolest plays of all time.
Yes.
But he was definitely offside. I do think it's fair. I haven't seen if he pointed at a ref and a ref like told him he was good, which that seems unlikely given that one of them threw a flag. But that would be one thing. And also, he was clearly off. Did you see the screenshot of I forget the guy's name, but the Chiefs' right tackle always lines up like 2 yards behind the ball.
Yeah.
So there was a screenshot of Toney and him, and they are a full 3 yards apart, and they're both supposed to be on the line of scrimmage.
Well, so as a lineman, you're the crown of your head just has to break the person
On the hip.
On the hip. So
He doesn't even line up close.
Well, I just saw him lining up. The receiver was definitely offside, and that's on him. As a professional, you're taught to check with the ref every down to see if and they'll bump you on or off, and they're really lenient if you just check with them because it's not that crucial, right? It doesn't make that big a difference. But what it looks like to me is he didn't check, and refs don't like that shit.
It was
the correct call.
I saw that was called like once in 2021, like 3 times last year and 11 times this year. So it's been an emphasis that they're calling it.
Yep.
They called it against Terry McLaurin. Was that last year or the year before? On what would have been, I think, a game-winning touchdown. And but Terry checked with the lineman.
I remember that one.
Yeah. And he was barely on the line of scrimmage. Like Kadarius Toney is lined up past the football, which is crazy. And he's covering I don't even think that the line judge can see the ball because Toney is that far in the neutral zone. And he's also right next to the lineman, which makes him look even more offside. If you're split out way far to the side of the field and you're somewhere in the gray area and you check with the lineman or the line judge and they don't tell you no, you're off, then I don't know how you can throw that flag. But with Toney, I don't think anybody's ever been more offside than Kadarius
If he
Toney
was at the numbers, I bet it doesn't get called. Either because he would have checked with the ref who would be right next to him, or because it did look that much more egregious that he was basically lined up at tight end, and he was next to Von Miller.
Yeah. The all-22 angle of this it's egregious.
Yeah, it was blatantly. It was the correct call. That sucks that it got to play. So the Chiefs lost? Damn.
Yeah, it was like the coolest play ever, too.
I just saw Kelce with a nice lateral. That was pretty dope. Damn. Sorry, Swifties. Line your boy up on sides.
Yeah, they're going to hate him. I know.
I hope they do.
It's tough.
Damn. Then you got a whole bunch of Sperry wearers and you mentioned talking about some line up on sides. Oh, I hate that shit.
Swifties being
I'm sure Toney will respond pleasantly to that.
He's had a rough year.
He has.
Rough career for the most part, but rough year especially.
He has. He's kind of nuts. That's the thing about Toney. He's a little bit nuts. We're going to get back to Macrodosing in a second. It's brought to you by Factor. Arian was just asking for some Factor. We're going to get you hooked up. Some great meals. If you've been watching Surviving Barstool, it's presented by Factor as well. It fuels us. It fuels Rico to do whatever Rico does. So it's got some nutrients in there, some great food. It's not frozen. It's a bustling holiday season right now. You might be looking for nutritious, flavorful meals to fuel you on jam-packed days. Factor is America's #1 ready-to-eat meal delivery service. It can help you eat well for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. The surf and turf is actually amazing. The steak is cooked perfectly. I don't know how they do it, but it's great meals. The smoothies, the shakes are also really good. The pumpkin spice was amazing. You can cross meal prepping off your list this holiday season with Factor. Skip the meal planning, grocery shopping, chopping, prepping, and cleaning up. Get Factor's fresh, never frozen meals delivered right to your door. It's not just for dinner. Count on convenience any time of the day with an assortment of 55 plus add-ons to suit various preferences and tastes. Choose from quick breakfast items, lunch to go, grab-and-go snacks, ready-to-drink cold-pressed juices, shakes, and smoothies. This December, get Factor and enjoy eating well without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door. Ready in just 2 minutes, no prep, no mess. Head to factormeals.com/dosing50 and use code dosing50 to get 50% off. That's code dosing50 at factormeals.com/dosing50, and you are going to get 50% off. How about that? Thank you to Factor.
Andy Reid just said like 10 minutes ago that Tony did not check with the official.
Yeah, not surprised.
Yep.
Not surprised. And he was so offsides.
Yeah.
He was so off. There's never been a man more offsides than Kadarius Toney was on that play. I got a question for you guys because there was something that was trending on TikTok this weekend, and want to get your feedback on it.
I think that's the first time I've heard you say that.
I think it might have been.
That's more Big T, Billy, Maddie kind of vibe thing.
Yeah.
It was
Can I be
trending
totally
on
honest?
TikTok.
Yeah.
I saw a tweet that said that it was trending on TikTok.
Okay.
Are you on TikTok at all?
I am on TikTok. I don't really use it.
Okay.
I should use it more, but there's too many apps. I've been on this rant before.
Yeah.
Too many apps that I have to take care of. But there was a trending video. This girl, bless her heart, she tried to plan her boyfriend's 30th birthday party.
Oh my God, I saw this.
I don't think I have seen this.
So she was doing a great thing. It's his 30th birthday. She wants to throw a party for him. And she's like, I'm going to invite his 20 closest friends to come out to this party. And nobody could make it. And so she had to tell him, like, hey, none of your friends can come to your birthday. A lot of people's reaction was similar to what mine was, which is 20 friends is too many.
For sure.
I think that there's maybe when you're 18, when you're 20, 21, 22, I think it's normal to have anywhere between 5 and 30 friends if you're a guy. Once you hit your 30s, you don't really have you might have like 20 people that you enjoy hanging out with from time to time, but you don't have 20 friends.
I think even that's a stretch.
Yeah.
If you ask me right now, like, how many friends do you have that you would invite to your birthday? I would say 3, 4, like 7. I think I have like 7 like actual real friends.
That's a good amount. If you're in your 30s, you got 7 real friends, you're a lucky man.
I'm not in my 30s. Don't put
You
that on me.
You got a few more years to knock that
Yeah,
list down.
I got
Big T.
3.5 more years. Don't put that on me.
Kick one of them niggas to the curb.
How many true friends would you say you have, Arian?
I feel like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
If you have, and I would say 2 of those, like, I would trust with my life. I think if you have 2 people that you would like legit trust with anything, I think that's doing very well.
I think if you have more than 10 true friends, there's a lot of people in that group.
It's a lot of 2 quarterbacks. You don't have one.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You gotta start. I think your problem might be that you have not learned how to separate between a friend and a person that you enjoy hanging out with.
Right.
An acquaintance. Yeah. My daughter, she's in kindergarten. She comes home and I say, who's your best friend in class? She said, I have 16 best friends. I'm like, okay. Time to parse some of those out, sweetheart.
Yeah. Or just learn what a friend is. I think if you say that you have 20 friends, you're really just you're like lying to yourself to make yourself be like, oh yeah, that person, that's my good friend, to make yourself feel good about having friends. Really, you should, if you trust all 20 of those people as a true friend, that's kind of weird.
Am I in your 7, Big T?
No, but you're definitely like, I mean, it's just different. Like, you know, I'm talking people that I've known for.
I'm on a B team.
For 10, 15 years.
Being on the B team is a great place
no, I
to
do.
be.
Would you invite me to the birthday party though?
If I was having a birthday party, which I would never do, and you were here, yes, I would invite you.
Okay, I'm good enough with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I would invite you to my birthday
like
party.
We hang
too,
out
right?
every time you come to town.
That's true. Outside of like the pod,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
I think I would invite everybody here to my birthday party.
Yeah.
But I also don't think that my level of my
I
definition.
went to your birthday party.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I appreciate that.
No, I mean, I thank you. I appreciate it.
But like in terms of having, I guess I look at it as a friend as somebody that you will have like difficult, uncomfortable conversations with, and you know that they'll have your back and you'll have their back no matter what. And there's only a handful of people that you can possibly be in that type of relationship with at once in your life.
I also feel like it's like people you would have in your wedding party. Like people you're willing to stand next to on like the most important day of your life.
Yeah. How many friends?
Was...
Is it different for girls?
I think it depends on the. I think it depends on the girl for sure. I would say my list is rocking around. Like again, like true friends, like 8 to 9. Where are you at?
Yeah, I would say like max 10.
Max.
Okay.
I'm
I'd have
talking
to like
max 10.
think about it, but
How many of them do y'all talk shit about behind their back? But don't answer that
Great
question.
question.
No, I'll
Because
answer that
women,
question. I won't say too.
Bro, women are some of the most catty motherfuckers I've
no,
ever
but if
like,
they're
dog.
my true friend, I would say it to their face.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So
That's
like,
like the meter.
a lot of women
That's
are like
true.
in friend groups that I know of. They'll like this is my homie, this is one of my best friends, and then behind their back they dogging their ass out, and I'm like, yo, this is bad, yo.
If I'm talking shit about you behind your back, you're not on that list.
Yeah.
Or
Madeline's like, oh, what about that person?
See what I'm saying?
there are certain people. Well, also you have to. But you also have to think about it in terms of like, I don't talk shit about people because I like my friend group. Like I'm not gonna like talk shit about people in my friend group because then it's just gonna get back to them.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why like I would just say
that's what's preventing you from doing it, and not the fact that you're
talking shit
in
no.
the first place.
No, I also don't do that with my like my immediate close group of girlfriends. I don't talk shit about. I talk shit about other people who are not in my close friends
with them.
Yeah, with
but
them.
not about
No, but it's also like you can't do that with your best friends because then that will always get back to them. You can't do that. You have to choose wisely.
With guys, the more you talk shit to somebody's face, the better friends you are.
Right.
Yeah. I think
sense.
I'm honest enough with like my really, really close friends to be like, don't.
Yeah.
Like be honest with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I just got a rule. Like I'll never say anything, and this had nothing to do with my friends. Like, but I'll just never say anything behind somebody's back that I wouldn't say to their face. You know what I mean?
You're a better man than me.
I feel that, but I'm also very confrontational. So like, if I have something to say and I feel like I need to say, I'll say it to you. You know what I mean? I'm not afraid of confrontation. But like with my friends, yeah, there's nothing. Like I'll tell you everything about yourself, but they already know. You know what I'm saying? Like we honest, like we brother. It's like a brotherhood. So it's like. If I wouldn't be talking shit about it, it's constructive criticism to get your shit together. Like
dudes
so it's
are
not really,
like that.
Yeah, it's not really talking shit. It's like, dog, you acting like a, you know what I mean, right now. Like you need to tighten that shit up.
Yeah.
I also think once you start having kids, you don't have enough time to have a big group of friends.
That's true.
Like if you got 20 close
dogs,
friends,
they got swimming lessons to go to and shit.
If you got 20 friends and you've got 2 kids, you're probably neglecting your kids.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
That's facts.
Mm-hmm.
I would be curious. I obviously didn't have sound, but I went and found the video. I'd be curious if this video is real, which I have doubts about, to go to each of those 20 guys and say, rank your friends and see where each of them would rank this guy. Clearly not very high, but like, if that video is real, that guy probably has a pretty distorted sense of.
I don't know that you could find 30 contacts in my phone that you can hit up and be like, hey, you want to go to my birthday party? Like, I don't know if I don't frequent that many people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it'll be like, oh, I haven't heard you from a while. Or heard from you in a while. Like, yeah, I might pull up.
I was gonna say, I also feel like that TikTok is sad for the reasons that like that man has 20 friends that couldn't come to his birthday party. But in my head, I took it as like, this dude must suck.
Oh, yeah, that they all bailed?
Yeah. Like this dude must suck really bad that no one is, again, 20 friends, like your best friend isn't making time for your 30th birthday party.
Yeah,
you shouldn't be having a 30th birthday party as a male, first of all, which is something we've completely glossed over.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
Yeah, but he didn't plan it.
Yeah.
Was it a surprise? Like, he didn't know.
Yeah, it was
okay,
a surprise.
sure. But even if, like, if one of my friends, girlfriends or wives texted me, was like, hey, we're having a 30th birthday party for so-and-so, I'd be like, I'm probably not going to be at a 30th birthday party.
You know what a great friend is, though? The mark of a true friend is sending your buddy a text on the side being like, hey, I know there's this birthday party being planned for me. You don't have to come. Like I know that you're thinking to yourself,
For sure.
like, this is maybe a college football Saturday. Don't worry about it.
That's another thing being glossed over. This was done during football season. Another egregious mistake.
Yeah.
Where was it? What day was it?
I'd assume a birthday party is weekend. I mean, you can't have a birthday party. You can have a birthday dinner on your birthday during the week. You can't have a party.
Yeah.
Now, when you say party, she was trying to throw like what kind of party was it? Because, I mean, we went over the definition of a party a couple of episodes
Should we
ago.
watch the video and listen to it?
Yes.
Yeah, send it in the group so I
can
can
you
look at
send
it.
it? I haven't seen it either,
here.
actually.
I will never be planning a birthday party or party for anyone ever again. I am planning my boyfriend's 30th birthday, and I got a huge rental property with pickleball courts, and it's going to have a taco caterer, and it's so perfect. It has everything he loves. His parents helped me pitch in for it, and it's going to be so nice, and he's going to love it. Oh gosh, none of his friends are coming. None of his friends are coming. I invited about 20 of them, and none of them can make it. And it's heartbreaking, it's disappointing, and I don't have the heart to tell him that, and I wanted this to be so special, and I feel like it's my fault. I feel like I let him down.
Okay.
That's dramatic.
Okay.
I think he sucks.
Upon watching it, I have an observation. She said she procured a rental property
Yeah.
with pickleball courts and shit. That sounds like something that's an hour and 20 minutes out of town, and ain't a snowball's chance in hell I'm going to that for a male's 30th birthday party. So that, I think we've cracked the case. Now I do believe the video's real, and I think she's out of her mind.
I also like the fact that she said, I don't have the heart to tell him about this.
But you're telling TikTok?
I'm just going to broadcast this on the internet.
Right.
He probably found out from this TikTok.
He found out he got traded on SportsCenter.
This is bad. This is a bad job by her.
Also, why did she rent all of the wouldn't she have confirmed that at least people could come before spending all this money?
Yeah, see, now I'm going back to I think it's fake.
I think the boyfriend sucks. I think he's just a weirdo loser that has no real
No.
friends.
The rental property thing, if this is real, is what sealed that. That's in the mountains an hour and a half away. And people are like, are you no, we have children. We're not going to that.
Yeah. You have to sign a waiver before you step on the property, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
It's also extra dramatic because it's all right, if nobody showed up, just don't tell them and keep pushing.
Yeah.
It's
Just
all
pretend
good.
it never happened.
Yeah, didn't you just plan a nice dinner with your mans and keep it pushing? But now you outed him for not having good friends. You outed all his friends for not being good friends. And then you create a discourse in his life. Now he got to check all his homies. Say, man, you made my girl sad, dog. You know what I'm saying? The least you could have done was, something. Now you just caused a big old problem.
This has my mind in a pretzel.
And
I don't know what I think of this.
Also, the first reply, which I was thinking too, how much notice did she give to the friends? Because obviously, like Big T said, if it's this whole planned thing, you'd think she would have given them ample enough time. But if she didn't, then they all had plans already, sort of thing.
there's really only a few weekends when guys can have birthday parties. If you look at the course of the year, I'm pulling up the calendar right now. Last Saturday would have been a great birthday party day. You've got Army Navy. That's pretty much it. Heisman Trophy later on.
There was some good college basketball on, but sure, I'll December college basketball I will grant you.
Yeah, I would say second weekend of December, probably a good time to have a birthday party. Can't do the first weekend
of
December.
Correct.
Why?
Because you got
college football championship games.
That's
NFL.
the main reason to have a get together.
Oh yeah, go out to a bar. Yeah.
Or just
yes,
have
but
a
again,
TV at your rental property.
Right. But that's if the purpose of where you're going is for a party and they're like, oh, we'll have it on. That's bullshit.
It's never
that
on.
means it's going to be on the tiniest TV you've ever seen with no sound in the corner, and you're going to be shamed if you're watching it. That's a farce. So if you're like, hey, it's my birthday, December 3rd, whatever. If y'all would like to go, we're going to go to a bar, just watch all the games, bet on them. Like, that sounds like a great time.
Yep.
But if you're, hey, we're having a party, the game will be on, that is fake news.
Yes, I agree with that.
It's got to be. That's on the shorty, though. That's on the shorty, though. So it's shorty, like, and we don't even know what kind of dude this is, right? He might not even like college sports, but let's say he does, right? Then it's on her to be like, to factor that in and be like, man, this is a big weekend. I have to have a big TV and I have to have accommodations for everybody and his friends that want to watch this shit. And we'll have activities and stuff for people that don't. Because to me, that's the fun part about get-togethers when you're watching the game. Is like there's some people that really are watching it and we get to talk shit and pretend we all know what's going on. And there's people in the background that couldn't give a shit less, right? And they're playing cards or whatever the case may be. That's what makes a great party. So it's really on her to kind of gauge the situation, what kind of nigga he is.
Yeah, I'm looking through the calendar again here. You could do a Super Bowl weekend party. Like, that's a conjoined birthday Super Bowl watch party. My birthday is January 31st. When I was growing up, I used to always have friends over to watch the Super Bowl. And then, like, halftime, my dad would come in with a cake. So it's like, it's not taking away from the Super Bowl. It's just you're celebrating two things at once. That could be an acceptable solution. Then you look through February. There's a lot of
I'll
stuff
tell
too
you,
close to
best
Valentine's
weekend
Day.
for a birthday party, if you're having one as a male, would be Masters weekend. Because that's something that's on for 8 hours. You don't have to be paying attention fully, but it would be a good thing to gather around.
Yeah, you have it on in the background.
Yes.
And it's a good, like, I'm going to drop by the Masters for 5-10 minutes.
Yes, that's something that doesn't require your full attention all the time.
Yeah, I agree.
Then like you have May to August, you can do whatever you want if you're into that sort of thing.
If your birthday happens to be through August, yeah.
May to August you can do anything you want.
But also you have to deal with people being out of town, summer vacations, things like that.
Brunches. That's like brunch season.
Yeah. I mean, birthday brunches are pretty cool.
Any season is brunch season if you're white enough.
Sure.
Big T, what are you teed off about?
Thank you for asking. This could have been a teed off any time in the last 2 years, but I forget what triggered it this past week, but something did. Adults who use the phrase "how come," there is no situation in which you would need to say that instead of just the word "why." It pisses me off every time. There's no reason to say it. It's for children.
How come?
Just say why. Just use the word "why" and you will not sound dumb.
Why is "how come" for children? Because
it just sounds bad and like poor, and it's not correct.
It sounds poor.
Poor grammar, but poor in finances as well. No, you do sound poor. If I didn't even mean it like that, but it's inadvertently correct. You do sound poor if you say "how come."
Poor?
Huh? Nothing, I guess.
Wait, you're talking shit about saying "how come" and you're still saying "huh."
That's kind of true.
That's a normal interjection.
If you talk to somebody from another country and you say "huh" to them, they look at that as being poor.
All right, well, this is my teed off. So you can go to France and prance around with your little pals if you want to. We're in America, and this is teed off last I checked. So
okay. That's fair.
Yeah, that was it. There was another one, too, that happened. This was one that happened to me on Saturday. Y'all ever been to a Smoothie King?
Yep.
Yeah.
Saw a Smoothie King on Saturday. I was like, let's stop by, get a smoothie. 2 smoothies, a small and a medium. What do you think that cost me?
$14.49.
That's a pretty good guess.
Any other guesses?
Right.
I'd say Mad Dog nailed it.
What's in it?
One was strawberry, banana, and something else. And the other was like strawberry, mango, and something.
Oh, you got 2 smoothies?
Mm-hmm. Small and a medium.
Like $21.
I believe it was $19.70.
Yeah, that's about right.
It's a lot.
They be taxing, bro. You put avocado in that bitch,
and then I was asked to tip for putting the fruit and ice in a blender, and that sent me over the edge. I did not tip. So, yeah, $20 for 2 smoothies.
That seems a bit heavy.
Thank you, Joe. No more mean tweets.
So it's
thank goodness.
It's kind of crazy because it was a large and a medium. You said
medium and a small.
A medium and a small.
Yeah. By the way, their
20?
sizes are crazy. Do you know what a large smoothie is at Smoothie King?
No.
40 ounces.
Holy shit!
If you get a 40-ounce smoothie, you are out of your fucking mind, and you're going to be out of money very quickly.
And out of toilet paper.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That a 40-ounce.
I don't even want to know what that would have cost.
No. You probably have to put a down payment on it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that teed off. That's a lot of money for a smoothie.
Yeah, shit's getting out of control.
It is.
Trump's up in the polls, though.
What about your man Vivek?
Did you see him? We should have talked about this when we were talking about Alex Jones. Did you see what he did last night?
He went on a Twitter space with Elon, Alex Jones, and who else? Andrew Tate.
I think Andrew Tate was in it. But did you see what happened?
No.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
You got to go look this up right now. Vivek went and pissed with his mic on.
Come on,
He had a hot mic peeing during the Twitter space with Elon Musk and Alex Jones.
No way.
Yeah, go play it.
Oh my god, this is a simulation. This is not real.
You still high on Vivek?
Oh yeah.
Even after P-Gate?
Oh, did you watch the debate last week?
He held up that sign, right? What did it say? Nikki Haley.
Haley equals something, but his campaign could have been over. He said that Nikki Haley couldn't name 3 provinces in Ukraine that she wants to spend all this money on a war and send our soldiers to die to. And if she does that, his campaign's over. And she couldn't do it. And then he had another moment, too, that was good. Oh, he said...
Does Nikki want to send our soldiers over there?
I think she's big war hawk. He also called her... He said you can put lipstick on Dick Cheney, but it's still a fascist neocon about her.
Oh, that's fair. That's a clean shot.
Bro. This dude is toxic as shit.
I don't like him.
Okay, I'm going to listen to it.
Not to have children. That's all I'm saying. Elon Musk is putting an optimistic pro-human future that the science and evidence shows is real and that we need. Gentlemen, I have to go.
Yeah, I just want to be sort of exactly. I want to be clear about my position. I'm super pro-human, and I mean all humans. Humans in America, humans and
somebody's got their thing open. Phone open in the bathroom.
Yeah, that's Vivek. That's your phone, Vivek. I'm not able to mute you. Vivek.
Oh, that's awesome.
Go ahead, Elon.
That's awesome. Yeah, I just go back to the fact that I don't think that most normal people.
Now was
like
that
Vivek.
planned?
No, I don't think so.
No, it wasn't, because
I don't know, man.
He muted himself and then he said sorry about that, right?
Yeah, I can't imagine that was planned.
I don't know, man. I don't put no bad because it just garners conversation, and that is the cornerstone of marketing. It doesn't matter how or what is the reason they're talking about you. It's about getting them to talk about you.
Right. I guess so. He's the guy that peed though. Now he's P boy. P-Vec.
It seems like people aren't upset about it though. That's those T-shirts would sell.
P-Vec, yeah.
Oh, you just gave Trump
him pissing on Trump. Nikki Haley.
You gotta give Trump that one. That used to be a thing in the 90s. Remember that little boy used to piss on everything that he did, and on bumper stickers and shit.
Yeah. I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
I had I went through a little bit of a NASCAR phase, and I had the kid. I was a Big Dale Jr. guy, and he was pissing on Jeff Gordon's 24.
Yeah, you would be a Jeff Gordon hater.
That's the merch. Let's start beef with a podcast, and have the little dude with a Macrodosing shirt on pissing on the podcast. That shit would be funny as hell. Oh, except y'all don't want no beef. Okay,
I'm gonna reserve. I had something, but I'm not gonna say it.
Do it.
Well, I mean, we could do Chris Long's podcast.
Oh no, that's the homie.
That was the joke at Arian, not Chris Long.
Gotcha. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, glad you clarified that one.
Those bumper stickers with Calvin. It was Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes, and they were all done without the rights to use Calvin. And so Bill Watterson was the guy that wrote Calvin and Hobbes, and he was against selling any sort of merch. He had million deals put in front of him to sell like the Hobbs stuffed tiger, all this Calvin merchandise, and he was like, no, not going to do it. And he ended up becoming actually the most like copyright infringed cartoonist of all time. Not even close. Like Charles Schultz at least made bank off Peanuts, Charlie Brown, Snoopy. You had Garfield made a shitload of money. This one guy that just wanted to protect his art ended up getting fucked over the most by all of it. But yeah, people, I haven't seen those in a while. Just Calvin pissing on everything.
I love this. Let's do it. Let's pick a podcast to have beef with.
Pardon my take.
I'm down with that. Let's do that. Put him in a macrodosing shirt and give him dreads. You know what I'm saying? Give him dreads like mine. You know, darken the skin a little bit. That's fucking hilarious.
I like that. Yeah. Vivek Ramaswamy. He's number
That
one.
shit is hilarious.
That's good stuff.
It's good. Trump, you can have that. I'll give that to you, my man.
If he tweets out something with PVAC, that'd be all time.
Mm-hmm.
That might be his best one, even though you came up with it.
Yeah, but I only came up with it from channeling him, so I'm going to give him credit for that one.
I mean, what's his number one right now? Little Marco?
Little Marco's good.
Ron DeSanctimonious.
That's too busy.
I like Meatball Ron.
What was Ted Cruz? Lion Ted?
Lion Ted Cruz is pretty good.
Low Energy Jeb?
Yeah. I mean, he just nails all of them. Sleepy Joe Biden?
Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joe's a pretty good one, too.
What was Crooked Hillary?
Crooked Hillary. Yeah.
I mean, play the hits.
Play the hits, yeah. Didn't have to reinvent the wheel on that one. Yeah, Little Marco's really good.
Yeah.
He's not that little, is he?
No, he's small.
But he was a quarterback.
So is Drew Brees.
Good point. I think Marco's probably 5'11".
He's 5'9".
Oh, he's 5'9"?
Yeah.
No, it's perfectly normal.
Right.
Yeah, like I said.
Right.
Perfectly normal size.
Lindsey Graham, 5'7".
Is he
Did
really?
anyone know that?
Did Lindsey even get a
little
nickname?
tall drink of water over there. Okay.
Did he get a nickname?
I don't think so. Because he never ran against Trump in anything. He just criticized him.
No, he ran against him. He was in the primary in 2016, 2015.
He ran for president?
He ran for president, yeah.
How quickly did that get snuffed out?
Let's see. First Republican debate. It was in Cleveland, 2016. Let's see. Let's take a look at this murderer's row of candidates that we had.
Did you start the... Okay, hold on. Let you finish that before I ask this question because it'll take us off.
Okay, I'm looking it up right now.
So that was Ben Carson.
Jeb Bush.
Jeb was the favorite at that time.
Mm-hmm. Mike Huckabee, Ted Cruz, Kasich, Christie.
Kasich. I didn't dislike Kasich.
Chris Christie.
Hey, Chris Christie, and he on his bumper, dog.
Yeah.
He is on his bumper.
Scott Walker, right, from Wisconsin. And then Rand Paul. So, yeah, I guess Lindsey might not have been in it. He was just like around.
This says he announced on June 1st, 2015, suspended December 21st, 2015, which was after that debate. So did he not have enough to get in it?
Oh, wait, there were more. I remember this now.
The second one.
There was an undercard debate.
The B debate.
There was an That was the funniest thing ever.
Carly Fiorina.
Yeah, Carly was in there. Bobby Jindal.
Yeah.
Lindsey Graham. So, yes, he did run. Mm-hmm. Rick Santorum and George Pataki.
That's right. They had the undercard.
That was the most emasculating thing ever. And then Carly, she was the only one that rose from the minor leagues to get up to the majors.
Yeah.
From the undercards. There was a moment in time when Ben Carson was ahead of Donald Trump in Iowa.
He had some support.
Yeah, he was ahead of him. I went to go see a speech that Trump gave at Iowa City Community College, which, by the way, I was covering the debate series at the time.
Okay,
so, yeah.
Okay.
If you ever get into a fight with anybody, make sure that they're not from Iowa City Community College.
That sounds like a rough and tumble.
Look up Iowa City Community College and look at their notable alumni, and tell me if you wouldn't think twice about picking a fight with somebody from that part of town.
Iowa Central Community College?
It might be Iowa Central, yeah.
That's what came up when I Googled Iowa City. Notable alumni. Tygie Armstrong, professional football player. I don't know him. Darrell Beal, he was an Iowa senator. Colby Covington, Okay, that's one you probably wouldn't. John Jones. Do they have like
I don't know.
an octagon there?
I think that's what the college is. Yeah.
And then Cyrus Fees is also a professional mixed martial artist. I'm not familiar with his work, but Drew McFedries is a professional mixed martial artist. They've got to have some sort of training facility.
I want to know what goes on there.
Yeah. Couple professional football players. Cain Velasquez.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Huge alumni.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
So I was on campus for the speech, and that's when Trump was like, "Okay, I got to go after Dr. Ben because he's ahead of me in the polls," and he basically implied some pretty bad stuff. Like he was talking about how he stabbed his brother or stabbed a family member at one point in the past. He brought up a lot of really, really strange stuff about Ben Carson, and at that time we're like, okay, I guess he's just going to go after everybody now.
So he said that he stabbed his brother.
Yeah.
Is there any truth to this?
There was something that Ben Carson wrote in his memoir. Let's see, Ben Carson's stabbing.
This man accused Ted Cruz's father of killing John F. Kennedy, or something like. Wasn't that it?
Being the what was the serial killer?
Oswald.
Oh, Zodiac
killer.
Oh, are you? I thought it was.
No, he accused Ted Cruz's dad of being involved in the plot to kill Kennedy.
I thought it was that he was the Zodiac.
No, that
killer.
was like a meme that was going around. Was that he was the Zodiac killer.
Okay.
All right. So this was a speech in Fort Dodge, Iowa.
It's so funny. It's such a random fucking. Your dad helped kill John F. Kennedy. Like what?
He said, "I know it's in the book that he has a pathological temper or temperament. That's a big problem because you don't cure that. That's like, I could say, they say, as an example, child molester. You don't cure those people. You don't cure a child molester. There's no cure for it. Pathological, there's no cure for that." So kind of like likened him to a child molester. And then at one point, Trump stepped away from the podium and displayed his belt buckle to the audience to try to disprove Carson's story that he tried to stab someone but was stopped by a belt buckle. He even challenged the audience to try to stab him. Somebody hits you in the belt, the knife is going in because the belt moves this way. It moves this way. It moves that way. He hit the belt buckle. You want to try it on me? Believe me, it ain't going to work. You're going to be successful. So the big knock that he put on Ben Carson was that he's so incompetent that he's unable to stab somebody. It was an all-time speech. I was just like, this is politics, baby. That's where we're at. Dr.
Those early Trump days. Oh, I'd give anything to go back.
You want to go back to that era? We were so young and innocent.
We'd never seen anything like it. We were bewildered.
Yep, we were. I want to get to the Tennessee Minute in a second. It's brought to you by Pie Wine. Big T, you love Pie Wine, right?
It's good stuff. Different than regular wine. Even if you don't like regular wine, which I don't, this stuff is really good. Pairs perfect with pizza, everyone's favorite food. As Michael Scott said, white people love pizza, black people love pizza. Do black people love pizza? Yeah, it's good stuff. It goes with your pizza, 13% alcohol. That's always what the people are clamoring for. It's great stuff. They were on Shark Tank. Mr. Wonderful loved it. It's good stuff, guys. I promise. Gluten-free. That doesn't, I love gluten, but if you don't, it's gluten-free. Owners are allowing all of us to invest and join the Pie Wine team as well. Get your slice of the $46 billion pizza industry by investing in Pie Wine today. You can reserve your investment now at piewine.com. Turns pizza into a pizza party. Started by a couple of stoolies as well. That's why we love them even more. Pie Wine, it's the best.
All right, the Tennessee Minute. What do you got for us, Big T?
Tennessee Minute is going to be like... Now that we're in basketball season, like it's one or two games a week.
I'll interrupt the Tennessee Minute because I've got something tied into college basketball. I just think that it's important to address to the nation here. The latest poll came out.
Yep.
Top 25. Virginia, number 22 in the country.
Okay.
Duke. You ever hear of Duke basketball?
Heard of them.
It's a pretty successful program. Durham, North Carolina. Coach K won a couple natties. 21 in the country. They're above Virginia by 1 point, or by one spot. Number 20 in the nation, James Madison University.
Congrats.
Ahead of Duke.
Congrats.
We are the Dukes.
Behind Tennessee.
Well, I'm not. that's irrelevant to the conversation.
Right. No, that's big. They're still undefeated.
Undefeated, ranked ahead of Duke.
Do they have
Never thought I'd see the day.
Anybody else coming up in non-conference?
No, not really. There's a chance. I mean, it's not going to happen. We'll have a very good record. I almost jumped way ahead of myself. I think they're 9-0 now. But we will be favored in every game that we play this year, I believe. We're going to have a good record at the end of the season.
I'm trying to get into KenPom and my fingerprint thing won't work. There we go.
You gave Steve Jobs your fingerprint?
Yeah, dude, they have everything else, bro. Oh, my KenPom expired yesterday. I've got to renew it. I was going to look and see. I would assume they're favored in pretty much every game. But Tennessee, big win on Saturday, beat number now 16 Illinois 86-79 in Knoxville. I forget the number, but we've beaten the last like 12 or 13 top 25 teams we've played at home. Good win. Back on track. We're 7-3. And then this Saturday we play NC State in San Antonio, which is quite the location for that game, at 9 p.m. Central also. So if you're in Knoxville, that game starts at 10. And then that's our last real non-conference game, and then we start the SEC. So
pretty excited about that. For me, sports is cyclical. I can't pay full attention to college basketball while there's football going on.
That's fair. I'm not as big of an NFL guy as you, so like once college basketball starts, I'm in it. But yeah. Also, Dalton Connect, 5th in odds right now to win the Wooden Award for Player of the Year.
Wow.
I got him at 5,000. He's currently 3,500.
Let's go.
Zach Edey's gonna win it just because he's 7'8", and like it's so annoying. But
is he gonna play in the NBA?
No, he'll play in the G League. He's Taco Fall. He will play in the G League and like might get several games in the NBA. If he could play in the NBA, he'd be in the NBA.
That's actually a very good point. Yeah, when he moves, it's like he thinks about every limb that he has to lift off the ground, move to the side.
Yeah, he's very annoying to watch, particularly to have your team play against. But yeah, they're a good team though. So yeah, that's the Tennessee Minute.
Love it. Aaron, what you got going on this week?
I'm out of passwords, man.
Yeah.
I don't have any more passwords to give to these good people of the internet. And what's making me mad is that you're not allowed to use a password that you've used previously. So like the rotation of passwords that I have, I'm all out. So I have to continue to come up with new passwords. And so I have a whole folder full of all my passwords, and it's just getting to be chaotic. It's hectic. It's just I just feel anxiety when I think about how many passwords I have going on in my life right now.
When you talk about a folder, do you have them written down, or is it a folder on your computer?
No. It's written down, so it's locked in my in your notes app, in your your iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
You can lock notes to see all my passwords are written down in that, and it's locked, and I have to have a password for that as well. So
yeah, my dad uses this thing called like 1Password. It's essentially that, but it's like you have one password to get in, and then it's like has all your other passwords in there.
That's just, I'm out of fucking passwords, man.
That's a good Adolf. I should have done that at some point.
Yeah,
I'm exhausted. It's just exhausting. Like because there's so many apps, and there's always new shit, and there's always these things you have to sign up for, health stuff, finance stuff, entertainment stuff, and it's just, I'm fucking done. I'm fucking tapped out, man. Just hack me. Fuck it.
I had to search for my KenPom password just now.
I think that's why I get just exhausted with having so many apps. It might not just be all the different apps I have to have. It's the passwords. Because I know if I go into an app that I use, you have everyday apps, you have, weekly apps, and then you have your once a month apps and your once every 6 months apps. I just know if I go into a once a month app, I'm not going to know what the password is. I'm going to have to reset that again.
And also so this shit really started popping off around 2005, 6, right? Where you really had to start thinking about passwords online. So I'm waist deep in the game already. And so my backlog of all these passwords is just getting built up. And so that's why I'm really quick to be like, fuck it, Face ID, bro. Use my fingerprint. Use whatever you can to make my life easier, because I'm not going to remember this shit. I'm just tired. I'm tired. I'm fucking tired. Other than that, though, I'm going to LA on Thursday.
Oh, nice. What's out in LA?
So one of my homeboys who we started a company with in 2009, They're just blossoming. They're just doing great things, and like we started it, and they have like over 50 employees now, and they're just booming, and it's just great to see him. So he's having like a little Christmas party, and he was like, "You got to come, man. The growth is crazy." Like, and he's like excited. So I was like, "All right, I'll pop in."
That's cool.
Yes, dope.
All right. If nobody else has anything, I was eating some fries earlier, and I wanted to just real quick do an updated ranking of fast food fries.
Always down.
You down for that?
Yeah.
Because I think I've evolved as a human being. I still have McDonald's clear number 1. I've got Chick-fil-A now is up to 2.
I'm okay with that.
As long as it's warm. Cold, nothing worse than a cold Chick-fil-A fry.
They do have a variance. The crispiness is a factor there as well.
It's got to be warm, but Chick-fil-A is my number 2. For my number 3, I'm going to go with, this might ruffle some feathers.
Say what I hope you're going to say.
Burger King.
Okay. Everyone hates the Burger King fries. I think they're good.
Yeah.
I think they're fine.
Yep. It's cyclical for me. Once every 5 years, I'll change my tune into Burger King is either like one of the top tier fries or sometimes I'm like trash.
People love to hate Burger King. I don't know why. Good stuff over there.
Good fries. Very good fries. Last place is Wendy's.
Be kind of dry.
I like their burgers.
You gotta catch them on a good night. You gotta catch the chefs in a good,
Do you like McDonald's burgers better? See, I think Burger King's way better than McDonald's. I think
their burgers probably better than McDonald's. But I don't like McDonald's burgers. Like they're kind of ass.
I would put Wendy's above both of those in terms
Wendy's
of burgers,
but
they're
way better than both. Yes.
The fries are mid, but
fries are at best.
Where do you
Fries
guys
are
have Arby's fries? Arby's fries is slept on, fam. The curly fried joints.
I've got Arby's number 5 on my list, I think.
Jack and the Crack as well.
I gave you the top 3 right there. And then I think 4 is Popeyes. And then after Popeyes, I've got
the Cajun
Arby's.
Jones. Oh,
yeah.
Popeyes, every time I eat fries from Popeyes, I just feel like I can feel the weight of them. Does that
1,000%. They greasy as fuck.
They are so heavy.
Soaked in
like I'm like, why did I do this?
Mm-hmm.
They taste great.
They're amazing.
You need
feel the calories. You can.
Oh yeah,
the calories are weighted for sure.
You need a lot of seasoning on the Popeyes fries.
They hook you up with that.
If you get a Popeyes batch that doesn't have seasoning on it, it plummets tremendously.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's my top 5. And I used to not have Burger King in there. I used to not have Chick-fil-A all the way up at number 2. But yeah, I've evolved as a person.
Are we counting Five Guys in this? Because Five Guys I would put up there.
You want to talk about some weighty fries, though?
That is true, but they're outstanding. You get the Cajun.
Yeah.
I mean, like Popeyes is just a little like salt and pepper. Five Guys puts a bucket of red hot seasoning on it, and it's delicious.
My hot take about Five Guys is too much fries.
Yeah, but that's just the bit.
They give you way too much fries.
You don't have to eat them all if you don't want to.
Then I feel wasteful.
You a bitch?
Yeah.
You can throw them away.
Yeah, I'm a bitch. I throw away a lot of Five Guys fries.
Okay, that's fine.
I'd say over 50% of my Five Guys fries go unconsumed.
Okay. I also saw a thing recently. It was talking about how expensive Five Guys is, but I wish I could find it because it was like an economics professor talking about how they give you like a shit ton of fries and peanuts for free and all that stuff so that they can charge more for the burger. Like as long as you know the burger is like an exceptional product, you will pay more for it. And then they're like, we'll just give you as many fucking fries as you want. Just take those because it doesn't really matter. And peanuts, that's free, whatever. Like, and that's how they can charge so much for their burgers.
I think that the fries are baked into the cost of the burger. They know that they're going to give away a shitload of fries and they make up for that. Like the burger, if they really wanted to, they could knock like $2 off the burger, $1 off the burger. As long as they gave you a reasonable amount of fries.
So the soda machine in Five Guys is to me it allows you to be your own little chemist. You sit there and you pull up the Sprite and you put some vanilla in there and you put some grape in there with a little bit of orange in there. You get to mix and match however you want. If you like Dr. Pepper, you can splice it with a little bit of lime and it's just an amazing concoction of carbonated beverages that every place should be like that.
The freestyle machine, yeah.
I think a lot more places are getting them.
They're amazing. They're amazing.
You know what they should do? You should be able to get a soda flight at Five Guys. So they give you they give you 4, because the problem is if you want to concoct a bunch of stuff like you're talking about, eventually all the different fruit flavors and syrups start to blend together a little bit. And you're like, well, this is a mix of mango, vanilla, orange, strawberry, raspberry. It just starts to taste sweet. What I would really like to do is go to Five Guys, get like 4 small cups of Coke, and then you make each one its own flavor. And then you just have a variety of it. They should do that.
Great way to get diabetes. Love that.
Yeah.
No, I'm for it, though.
Probably the best way to get diabetes.
I'm going to go out.
Yep. All right. Mad Dog McKenzie, what do you get? You guys got anything burning you up?
Oh, I do. So I went to New York this weekend and I flew back this morning on a 6 a.m. flight on Southwest. So I had the, open seating bullshit. Let me know if I'm crazy for being mad about this. I saw a window seat open. And there was a woman in the aisle seat and a man in the middle seat. They seemed to be a couple. I go, oh, can I get in, can I get in the row to take the window seat? This man goes, oh, yeah. And then he scoots over to the window seat and gives me the middle seat.
What?
Yeah.
That's insane.
That is wild. Yeah.
I kind of love this guy.
I thought you were going to say they both moved over, so you got the aisle.
No, the lady stayed and he moved. And they're a couple.
You're sure they're a couple?
Yes, they were talking and they were talking as if they were together.
Do you think maybe
they were together? I don't know if they were romantically together, but they were together.
Do you think you steamrolled this guy and maybe
No, he steamrolled me.
But did he misinterpret what you were asking for?
No, he didn't, because I said, "Oh, can I get in there?" And the woman and the couple had a 10-second conversation of well, I don't want to move. Oh, well, I don't want to move. And so
then you're like, none of you have to move.
Good.
Yeah, I was like, can I get in there? And then he moved over to the window seat. And so I, on my 6 a.m. flight, had to sit in the middle seat.
Can I ask?
That I did not. That it was false advertising.
Can I ask what boarding group you were?
I was B-24.
I mean, that's. There were no open rows at the middle of B.
It's not even that. It's the fact that I saw the window seat and I took the window seat and he.
There had to be completely open rows at the back, though.
No, not at that point. Because also I had to gate check my bag, so they had to pull me off to the side for a second. So I was B-24. I ended up getting in a little bit later. Okay. But I also Big T, I saw the window seat. I took the window seat. It was like it's a first come first serve.
I respect this guy. He took what he wanted.
But he should have sat there.
No,
yeah, sit there.
So I do agree with that. He should have just sat there from the beginning. But I mean, I don't fly Southwest for this reason. I can't deal with that shit.
Yeah, that'd be too much.
Well, sometimes you got to fly Southwest. Sometimes I have to do what I have to do, and that was the most infuriating thing I could have. Then sit in the fucking window seat if you want the window seat so bad.
Right.
Sit in it. We are actively boarding still. You cannot just be in a.
Did you say anything? You were just like,
no, of course I didn't say anything.
Yeah, I wouldn't have either.
It was also 5 a.m. I was not in the mood to get into a confrontation.
Middle seats left throughout the entire plane.
Guys, I didn't look through the rest of the plane because I saw the window seat in row 11. I was like, bingo, we scored.
You should have gone further back.
Nah, you got to keep it pushing, Maddie. That's on you.
Guys, why did I have to keep pushing? I got the early window seat. Why did I have to keep going back?
I'm on your side.
This is what he did. He was he realized, you know what? I'm not sitting in the fucking middle seat for this long. I'm just going to scoot over. And when you see that, you be like, well, shit, I ain't sitting in that seat. Let me keep it pushing. You got to keep it pushing right there.
I was already in the row when I was pushing past the first lady in the aisle seat by the time he scoots over. It was the most last second scooch.
Musical chairs.
And then I wasn't going to be actually, Jake, let me back up.
And, yeah.
Everyone's boarding behind me.
Nah,
I don't want to clog traffic.
Fuck
I was so mad. I don't understand why
What's
I
the
have
flight
to
time
have
from Chicago to New York?
It's 2.5 hours.
No, it's
2?
an hour and a half in the air.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
it's
whatever.
not bad.
But then we were also taxiing for 30 minutes. So then I just had to sit there with my anger for 30 minutes. I was so mad. I don't understand. Then go sit in the window seat. It's open. It's ready for you. Then don't false advertise me.
He's wrong, but you fucking up. He's
Why
wrong.
am I fucking up? I thought
Because
I struck gold.
He bullied you into going into the middle seat when I
did.
guarantee there was more seats in the back of the plane.
But
He bullied you. He was like,
I didn't want to do a 3-point turn out of the row to go find a new seat in row 34C. Like at that point, it's 5 a.m. I'm not.
I'm saying that's a beta move. That's just why a beta move.
Look, I'm not saying I'm some Sigma girl. I'm just saying the false advertising that man presented with that window seat is something I will be thinking about for the rest of my days. And I didn't even know. I just don't understand if you're. Also, why are you putting me in the middle of you two as let's call it a couple? Why do I have to sit in the middle? They're talking over me.
That's a weird move.
I'm trying to fall asleep. It's 5:45. I'm trying to fall asleep in the fucking middle seat now. And you have the audacity to not only not move or to move and kick me out of the window seat that I deserved because I got there. You didn't sit there first. And then you are talking over me.
I mean, see, that's the thing about there's so much ambiguity when it comes to Southwest. It's just why I don't fly Southwest either. Because it's like he was technically there first. There's no assigned seating. Like he got there before you sat down. So,
but it's a human to human connection of I sat in this seat here. I am advertising to the rest of the plane right now.
There's no more humanity. You gotta do yourself, man. Especially on Southwest, it's free fall, dog.
I know. Also, but it's like so it's like, okay, I can't. Sometimes the Southwest flights are just dirt cheap, and it's not Spirit or Frontier, so you just gotta take it sometimes. But I just.
You gotta bully that shit, man.
I'm not Arian. Like I'm not a bully like that.
There's a simple fix to this. You can pay, I think it's like $20 on Southwest to be like A1 through 30 every time. And in the circumstances where I've had to fly Southwest, I do that for sure.
Yeah. It was just so frustrating. One, that he did that, and then two, that it wasn't like some random, like you are together. Why are you putting me in the middle like I'm your child? And then he was checking his credit score next to me, and I looked because I wanted to. I hoped he had.
I bet it was strong.
It was 850.
Yep.
Oh my
God.
I
knew it. No, this guy is a power guy.
An adult, like he was probably like 40s or 50s.
This guy's an alpha.
That's crazy.
Well,
Big T,
he was wearing a K9 or what is it, N95 mask.
Fuck! This guy's got.
He's got you in a pretzel.
Shit. I tell you, that's actually crazy. 850 credit score. Bully moves in the Southwest rows with an N95. That's something you don't see.
No,
that's pretty wild.
I know. That's why it's confusing. He is an enigma. I couldn't figure him out because I did look and he was pulling up his Experian and it said 850, and I was like, God damn it! What the fuck are you doing? And then him and the woman were fighting over who was going to move. I'm like, no one has to move. Let me in the window seat.
Was she wearing a mask also?
No.
Oh, what an enigma.
I can't wrap my brain around this couple.
I hate them.
Yeah.
Is
I don't
what
think
it
they
is.
were a couple, man. I think it was like maybe they knew each other or they was the homie, something. But there's no way. There's no way I'm letting my lady, somebody sit in between me and my lady, because to me that's one of the dopest things. Like flying with your shorty is so fun to me. I don't know. It's like really fun. Y'all get to like cuddle. You know, it's just good time.
Yeah, no, they were cuddling over me.
Are you sure you're positive they knew each other?
Positive.
Like he wasn't trying to riz her up at 5 a.m. on the plane?
No, they
That'd
were
be insane.
They were together because then they left together. They exited the plane together.
That's wild to me. Oh, see, if they were truly a couple though, I would think that the woman would have a problem with the guy getting up and letting another woman sit in between them.
Yeah,
he didn't get up. He just scooted over. I didn't even have to touch the guy.
That's what I'm saying. Like the woman would not want.
Be like, why don't you want to sit next to me?
A strange woman in between them.
I'm very strange looking. Yeah, like I don't.
Stranger danger.
Like I wonder if that was like his plan all along, or he was just like, oh, I don't want to sit there anymore. Like last minute.
Right.
Like I wonder if they discussed before. Like if someone comes, I'm gonna move.
Right, because also on the Southwest flights, they get the, over the speaker when it gets to the seaboarding group, like, hey, we have some families traveling together. If you could, but cozy up.
Yeah.
I wasn't even at that point yet. It's 5 a.m. Don't do me don't do me like that. Do I at least have the right to be like made off? What is it? What was mine? Made off about
Mad
it?
off.
Mad off
Mad
about
off.
it?
Yeah, 100%.
Like, yeah,
I think.
but
so.
also
What?
no.
No, I think so.
I can be mad about it. You can be mad, but
I am mad about it.
I think you should be mad.
This is your fault.
You flew on an airline where you knew this was a possibility.
I didn't know people did this.
You allowed him to bully you into sitting like you were. It was like, hey, I don't fuck if there's any more seats. Like you sitting in the middle now, and you were like, oh, all right, like, just keep pushing, bro. Like,
Yeah, I would have done that too, though.
I'll give her a
Mackenzie-
pass on that because it's so early in the morning. You don't want to. You don't feel like you have all your faculties.
We're
there.
young girls.
I'm just a girl, and it's
Young
so early.
You expect us to speak up?
Respect me. I'm a
No.
woman. Like I
Now's
don't
the time. If ever in history there was a time to speak up for a seat, ladies, now's the time.
Yeah, it was bad. That was like, it just like actually threw me for such a loop. I just didn't know that people were that evil, and I just like didn't understand why that man. Also, kind of a beta move on his part that he couldn't just alpha out the middle seat. God forbid a man sits in the middle seat. Like you can't even tough out.
No. You don't get. You can't turn this on him. You accepted your fate as the beta, and you sat down.
He just should have sat in the seat that he wanted to sit in.
Yes.
Like I haven't been on a Southwest flight.
He did eventually.
But
and it does seem if I was in that situation, I would be sitting in the aisle to begin with, and have the other person in the window to detract people from sitting in the middle until absolutely necessary.
That's the move. My feeling is that the guy sat down, he claimed the window seat, she claimed the aisle seat, and then as boarding was happening, he scooted over to the middle seat, and in his brain, he was like, that's my actual seat, the window one, because that's where I sat down first.
Oh, he didn't want anybody between them.
And then I came in and jacked this shit
you
up.
come and he's like, well, fuck, if you're going to do it, then just fucking do it.
Also, can I say something else about them? She was significantly larger than he was.
Okay.
So
this
maybe...
guy's got me in a pretzel, man. I don't know
I'm
what
just
I
saying that
think
for
of this
context.
guy.
I'm just saying that for context. I'm not saying anything
What's the
else.
context behind that?
Just that
She's
like
just
the woman
mad.
was
big
I'm calling
woman.
him small. One, I'm calling him small. Two, I feel like usually the guy takes the aisle seat because like Big T, I feel like you said you take the aisle seat because you want the more
100% of the time.
You want more legroom. Like she was the one that needed the legroom in this situation. And I'm just nestled in between two strangers that are talking about their credit score, and also why are you checking your credit score at 5 a.m.
Did they talk, but like over, like across you?
I'm gonna be real. I fell asleep, but at the end when we were landing, they did.
that's crazy.
Very bizarre situation.
Very.
It's just a really shitty way to start my day.
I agree with you that it's a strange move for this guy.
Yeah,
Sure.
Bizarre.
But you did also get bullied.
Yeah.
Totally. I'm not saying that I didn't get bullied. I'm just saying it's just a shitty move on that guy's part. And I am a beta, and I fell into it, and I didn't fight back. But what was I gonna say?
I would have.
You don't say anything. Just
move.
I'm not sitting here.
But if you're
now.
already like in
I'm
the
already
middle,
in the row.
So
then you got to
And then
stop the whole line.
And then my
Yes.
carry-on was already up there. So then I put my carry-on in row 11. I'm sitting in row 26. Now I got to wait 15
You said
rows
you
to get my-
gate checked it.
That's even better.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, you said you had to
you
go
did.
later back.
Oh, well.
this
Oh,
is
wait.
adding
No,
up.
wait.
Hold on.
Oh, wait.
Taking a turn.
I'll add context to the story. I did gate check my bag.
Did you
And
put your
then-
backpack in the overhead like an asshole?
No, I put my bag underneath me. Hold on. I had my carry-on, which is like a rolling suitcase. No, this gets worse. I had my rolling carry-on, and then the lady at the gate said, "Hey, we're gonna have to gate check that." I said, "Here you go." So then I had to, do whatever. Then, as we are finishing boarding, I hear Madeline Conroy over the things.
Oh, no.
They were like, "We're just gonna throw your thing up. We're just gonna throw your suitcase up here." And so then some flight attendant took my bag from the gate check and threw my carry-on in the overhead because they were like, "Nah." So then my name had to be sounded off on the whole flight.
That's panic mode because I'd be like, what?
Right. All of a sudden I just hear Madeline Conroy and I'm like, oh fuck, what did I do? And then it was like the gate check, we're not doing this.
That's
anymore.
bank error in your favor though, because usually it's the other way around where you think you're going to carry
Yes.
your bag on. They're like, sorry, you got to put this underneath.
Onto the plane.
One time I got on and they hadn't filled at all. But by the time I got on, it was full, so I had to walk all the way to the back.
I've had to do that.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Wait, and then they were like, okay, now you have to gate check it. I was like, okay, great.
The worst is when you have to like fight upstream after your plane's already landed.
Oh,
You
it's the
can't get
worst.
back there.
Oh,
You can't.
no.
You got to time it so you see like a little gap between a couple
Yep.
people. You make your way back like row by row by row.
Yeah.
It's just,
Are
it's
y'all afraid to
dehumanizing.
talk to strangers? This
Yeah.
is what I'm hearing. Because I just be like, hey yo, my bag is right there. Can you grab it? Because like we all are on planes and we all have been in that situation. So 99% of the time, people are like, yeah, I got it. It's really not that big. Just say something. Use your words.
I did that. Well, I did that at the end when so my bag was at that point in the overhead. A man, not the man I was sitting next to, a nice man took my bag down for me. Yeah, no, the fucker next to me just stood there with his thumb up his ass checking his Experian. But like, yeah, no.
So he checked it before they took off and he checked it afterwards. That
was
would be
just
funny
checking
as shit.
he was doing it.
Score dipped in an hour and a half.
Right. He checked it, and then I was just looking at him because I was just mad. And I just wanted to see. I was like literally praying his credit card was like 432, and he was like checking it in different ways. Like if I do this, what is it then? And then it was going down, and I was like, well, I hope you make bad purchases. I hope you forget to pay your credit card. I hope he forgets to pay his credit card and his credit score goes down.
That's fucked up.
I hope.
Let's not say things we can't take back.
I won't, and that's what I will
Well, I
say.
got some bad news. If he's an adult, 40s and 50s, and he's got an 850, chances are that thing's just gonna keep going up.
I thought 850 was like the highest.
No, I think you can go up to 900, I believe.
Can you
I haven't
really?
checked mine in a while, but I think so.
People just give you shit.
Like it's like so my credit right now is like insane. Like it's just like very good. And so like, I mean I don't really need it for a lot of stuff, but it just helps like if you want to have big purchases.
That's awesome.
Will you still fly Southwest next time?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yes, because I believe in the good of others, and I hope this man was just a one-off experience.
That's a horrific mistake.
And
She'll have that naivete beaten out of her in the next like 3-4 years.
And also, I go back to New York a lot, and it just has an easy flight pattern. Like there's 8 million flights from New York, from Midway to LaGuardia, and they go off when I need them to, and they're always the cheapest ones. Like sometimes you just have to do it. Like sometimes you just have to go for it. And so I will keep going with them because I'm hoping, I've never had that experience on Southwest. I've only started flying with them in like the last year. I'm hoping that this is a one-off and I never see that man again.
Or next time,
it's
just
worse.
go get in the seat.
Well, now you know for next time, yeah.
Right. Also, usually I'm pretty good about like checking in right at the 24 hours, but since it was like a 6 a.m. flight, I was not getting up at 6 a.m. to check in. So I'm hoping, whenever I have to fly it next, I get like an A32 or A7.
Is that how they sort it out? Oh, depending on who checks in first?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you pay like that $20 or whatever, those people go first, and then after that, it's how quickly you check in.
Wow.
It's the Hunger Games.
Yes, it's free for all, man. I can't do it.
Yeah, no. But I it's more of a they have me in a chokehold. I have to keep flying Southwest type of thing.
Well, good luck. We're rooting for you.
Thanks.
Keep us posted the next time. Madeline's Adventures on Southwest.
I will.
All right, we will see you guys on Thursday. We've got a special guest coming up. We're going to do a big episode on the NCAA, the history of the NCAA, what it was created for, how they've operated, the controversies, maybe some good stuff they've done, but probably a lot of the bullshit. So we'll see you guys on Thursday. Love you guys.